You are not gonna believe this one, y'all. After months of silence, whispers in the industry, and rumors flying faster than a diss track on release day, D4VD has finally broken his silence, and the internet completely flipped. The R&B sensation, known for his emotional hits and mysterious vibe, has just been cleared of the allegations that had his entire career hanging by a thread. And now, he's naming names, dropping receipts, and pulling back the curtain on a scandal that almost took him out the game for good. But this ain't just your regular industry drama. This goes deep. We're talking betrayal from someone in his own circle, fans turning on him overnight, and a mysterious DM leak that had everyone convinced he was guilty. For months, the silence was loud, but now, the evidence is louder. And let's be clear, when D4VD talks, the whole industry listens. Was it all a setup? Who was really behind the smear campaign? And why did one of his closest friends suddenly disappear when the heat came down? Get ready, because we've got the full tea, the receipts, and exclusive audio you won't hear anywhere else. This is the story of how D4VD got dragged, disappeared, and came back swinging. Y'all thought I was just gonna let him kill my name and say nothing? Nah, D4VD on IG Live. When the allegations first surfaced, it was like a bomb went off in the music world. Late one night, a cryptic tweet started making waves. Y'all fave been moving foul for a minute. Watch this space. Nobody paid much mind at first. Rap Twitter's full of clout chasers, right? But then, a TikTok user named Just Tire Truths dropped a 3-part video thread that claimed D4VD had been involved in something disturbing during a recent studio session in Atlanta. No hard evidence, just screenshots, blurry audio clips, and emotional storytelling. But that was enough. Within hours, Jagsha D4VD Exposed was trending worldwide. The video alleged that D4VD had manipulated a younger female artist, a rising TikTok singer, who had reportedly been in the same studio with him a few weeks before. The story? That D4VD had promised her a feature, then ghosted her after things turned personal. Add to that, some cropped texts and vague voice notes, and fans started doing what they do best: speculate and destroy. Emotions ran high. The fanbase was split. Some said it didn't sound like something D4VD would do. Others were calling for his immediate cancellation. Blogs ran with it, turning the accusation into clickbait headlines without verifying anything. And through it all, D4VD said nothing. No tweets, no lives, no PR statement, just silence. The industry reacts. What made it worse was who did speak up. DJ Mikey Ice, a well-known Atlanta producer, tweeted, "Been peeped, D4VD was off. Glad the truth is coming out." That tweet alone racked up 80k likes and added fuel to the fire. Then Ray Nell, the artist allegedly involved, made a tearful IG Live saying she didn't want to ruin anyone's career, but also needed to speak her truth. She never directly named D4VD, but everyone knew who she meant. Fan reaction was immediate. Some turned their backs, some demanded proof, some started digging into old interviews, trying to find signs they had missed. And while his Spotify numbers dipped only slightly, D4VD was blackballed overnight. No show bookings, no collabs. Even a rumored Drake cosign got quietly shelved. The betrayal, inside the circle. What fans didn't know, yet, was that the real betrayal wasn't online. It came from someone inside D4VD's own team. Trey, Trigger, Miles, a longtime friend and creative director for D4VD, had been managing the artist's brand since day one. They were like brothers. Grew up together in Houston, started shooting videos on a cracked iPhone in high school, slept on floors together on tour. So when this drama popped off, everyone expected Trigger to step in, defend his boy, and clear the air. But instead, he vanished. No statements, no support. He unfollowed D4VD on everything. That's when things really started getting suspicious. Fans caught it immediately. Why Trigger acting weird? Wait, did Trigger set him up? Suddenly, it wasn't just a scandal. It was a conspiracy. The receipts start leaking, then came the DM leak. An anonymous account posted a screenshot of a conversation, allegedly between Trigger and Just Tire Truths, the TikToker who started the original rumor thread. In it, Trigger writes, "Just say you got it from someone close to him. Trust me, he won't fight it. He never does." The internet went into full meltdown. Was this a coordinated smear campaign? Was Trigger trying to push D4VD out and take over his brand? And why did he refer to him not fighting back? Was there a pattern of D4VD being silent under pressure? D4VD's mom breaks her silence while D4VD remained quiet. Someone else stepped into the spotlight. His mother, Angela Dorsey. She took to Facebook, yes, Facebook, the home of Auntie T, to write a passionate 7-paragraph post defending her son. My child has never disrespected a woman. He was raised better than that. I know exactly who's behind this. Fame changes people. It didn't change my son. It changed the ones around him. She didn't name names, but she didn't have to. Fans were shocked. Now it wasn't just rumors, it was a family feud. People started looking into Trigger, found out he had recently registered a LLC under D4VD's brand name, without D4VD's name on the paperwork. The pieces were starting to come together, but D4VD still hadn't said a word. Until one night, he went live. They tried to end me. D4VD speaks. The live was only 18 minutes. No flashy background, just D4VD, hoodie on, sitting in what looked like his home studio. His voice? Calm, but you could hear the weight behind every word. I wasn't going to speak on this, because I thought the truth would come out on its own. But some people want to see you fall so bad, they'll lie just to get ahead. I ain't do what they said I did. And the receipts? They come in. Then he dropped a bomb. Trigger, Trey, whatever name he going by now. He was the one feeding those stories. He edited those screenshots. He hired somebody to leak fake convos. And the craziest part, I was still trying to look out for him through all of it. The comment section exploded. He showed partial screen recordings, voicemails, even a clip of Ray. Nell telling a mutual friend, I don't even want this to go viral anymore. This wasn't supposed to get this big. That's when fans realized they might have been played. He ain't lying. The fans flip within minutes of the live ending. Twitter and TikTok flipped the narrative. New hashtag, D4VD cleared fan videos dissecting every clip. Supporters saying, we owe him an apology, but it was just the beginning, because the real T? He had only shown half the receipts. And what came next was even more explosive. If I go down, I'm taking everybody with me. D4VD, IG Live Pat. To the internet barely had time to breathe after D4VD's first bombshell live, and just 3 days later, he dropped part 2. This time, it wasn't no quiet, dimly lit studio. Nah, this time, the lighting was crispy. The audio, crystal clear, and D4VD was sitting in front of a big-ass whiteboard like he was about to teach a masterclass in betrayal. And guess what? He kinda did. Betrayal. And guess what? He kinda did. The full timeline. A setup in real-time. D4VD started by laying out the entire timeline. And baby, when we say he had receipts, we mean receipts. On the screen behind him, he pulled up a calendar, August 12th, the night he recorded with Ray Nell at Blue Flame Studios in Atlanta. August 14th, the date the leaked texts started circulating, 48 hours later. August 15th, Trey Trigger. Miles registers Nova Sounds LLC, trademarking D4VD's unreleased album title as his own. Y'all still think this was random? This man was plotting on me while I was paying his rent. Fans were shook. The comments were flooded with WTF. You can't make this up. And this is some Empire-type Sh.T. France, exclusive voice notes from Trigger Leak. And then came the audio. D4VD played a series of voice notes Trigger had sent to someone named Keem, a former friend turned whistleblower who had forwarded them all to D4VD just a week before. In one of the messages, Trigger is heard saying, Bro, once this thing with Ray takes off, we good. All you gotta do is go quiet. Let the internet do its thing. We slide in, take control of the rollout, and boom, clean sweep. Fans couldn't believe it. He literally admitted to orchestrating the setup. Even wilder, D4VD never wanted to release the tapes. I tried to handle this behind the scenes. I told him to just walk away, but he got greedy, thought this was a game, so here we are. More bombshells. Ray Nell's real role. Just when people thought it couldn't get crazier, it did. D4VD shared screen recordings of his last conversation with Ray Nell. In it, she's emotional, her voice shaking. I didn't know he was gonna leak the texts. I just wanted my moment. He said it would help both of us, so what really happened? According to D4VD, Ray was never manipulated. They didn't even hook up. The studio session was just that, music. But Trigger allegedly convinced her to play up a misunderstanding for TikTok clout and industry sympathy. And it worked until it didn't. She got used, just like I did. D4VD didn't drag her. In fact, he looked hurt. You could see it in his eyes, like someone who wasn't mad, just disappointed. I supported her. I believed in her. She let someone twist that into something ugly. The internet reacts. Mass apologies, flood. In after the second live dropped, the tide turned completely. Celebs started speaking out. Summer Walker reposted a clip from the live with the caption, "This why I stay out the mix. People will ruin you for clicks." Brent Faiyaz, who had once unfollowed D4VD amid the drama, refollowed him and tweeted, "Real recognize real." Even Ray Nell posted a now deleted tweet saying, "I made a mistake. I let someone manipulate my emotions, and I regret it deeply." The apology was too little too late for some, but others applauded her for finally coming clean. The divide among fans, the fandom, completely torn. Some fans were in full-on defense mode. We owe D4VD the biggest apology ever. Others weren't so quick to forgive. He should have dropped the receipts sooner. His silence made it worse, but the most vocal group, the ones calling for Trigger to be blackballed. Trigger responds, and it gets messier. It didn't take long for Trigger to clap back. He dropped an IG reel, of course, with a messy caption. "You'll really believe a singer over real facts. Keep streaming the lies." He then threatened to sue D4VD for defamation and breach of contract, claiming the receipts were edited. But fans weren't buying it. At this point, D4VD had time-stamped files, emails, and legal docs on his side. The comments were brutal. "You fumbled the bag and the friendship. Bro, you're cooked. Just log off. Imagine ruining your whole career for a rollout that flopped." Family fallout. D4VD's sister speaks. If that wasn't enough, D4VD's older sister, Jasmine, took to Twitter Spaces to drop even more tea. Trigger always been jealous. "My brother gave him everything, opportunities, money, a platform, and he turned around and tried to end him." She claimed that Trigger had stolen merch profits, tried to sign artists behind D4VD's back, and once even pitched a docu-series about D4VD's meltdown before the scandal even happened. He was planning the downfall. And the documentary. One listener summed it up perfectly. "This man's the villain in a Tyler Perry movie. For real." D4VD's comeback moves. Instead of letting the drama consume him, D4VD used it as fuel. Dropped a surprise single titled "Silence Ain't Weak." It hit number 3 on Apple Music in 24 hours. Booked a sit-down interview with Candidly Cassie, where he detailed the emotional toll and how he almost walked away from music entirely. Announced a restructured team, all new management, publicist and legal crew. "I had to clean house. The snakes were too close." He also revealed plans for a new short film inspired by the betrayal, called No Features Needed. Despite everything, the lies, the betrayal, the fake receipts, D4VD came out not just cleared, but stronger. Billboard called it the comeback of the year. Complex labeled Trigger the most hated man in indie R&B. And D4VD, he just kept creating, but he ended his second live with one final message. "I ain't a victim. I'm a survivor, and this is just Act 1. They tried to erase me. Now I'm rewriting the whole story." D4VD Candidly Cassie interview. After weeks of silence, scandal and suspicion, the smoke finally began to clear. And rising through the ashes was D4VD. Not just vindicated, but reborn. The same fans who had once doubted him were now rallying behind him harder than ever. But the scars, still fresh. The betrayal, the setups, the media circus. They didn't just shake the industry, they shattered D4VD's inner circle. But in typical D4VD fashion, instead of hiding, he turned pain into power. And his next moves, calculated, clean, and petty as hell. Enter Candidly Cassie. If you know anything about rap news and celebrity drama, you know that once an artist sits across from Cassie, it's about to get real. And this one was her most anticipated interview of the year, 3 million views in 24 hours. One trending on YouTube. Diasinadi. D4VD Speaks was back on Twitter for round 3. From the moment D4VD walked on camera, dark shades, leather jacket, diamond cross glistening, you could tell he wasn't just ready to talk. He came to clear the whole block. Cassie, leaning in. Everybody's been waiting to hear your side. You've been accused, betrayed, and dragged through the mud. Why speak now? D4VD, calm but firm. Because people think silence means guilt. Nah. I was silent because I had to get my legal game right. Now that I got the green light, let's talk, Cassie. Let's talk Trigger. And that's when the temperature dropped. The lawsuit twist D4VD revealed that Trigger had not only been removed from all contracts. He was now facing a $2.3 million lawsuit for fraud, breach of fiduciary duty, and identity theft. D4VD's legal team discovered Trigger had used his name to lock in 3 side deals, including one with a shady NFT label trying to flip unreleased D4VD vocals into digital exclusives. I didn't even know what the hell an NFT was until I saw my voice being auctioned off. That's when I knew. This man wasn't just a snake, he was a straight-up thief. But that wasn't the only bomb D4VD dropped. A bigger name involved? Just as fans were getting comfortable, D4VD threw out a curveball. There was someone bigger behind the setup. Cassie. Wait, you're saying this didn't start with Trigger? D4VD. Trigger didn't have the brains to pull this off alone. He had help. Someone in a label suit who wanted me to break contracts so they could sign me under the table. The internet went into a frenzy trying to guess who. Fans speculated everyone from mid-tier label execs to a certain industry fixer known for rebranding fallen stars. But D4VD kept it vague, likely for legal reasons. Still, the fact that corporate hands may have been involved added an entirely new layer to the drama. This wasn't just personal betrayal. This was industry sabotage, mental health, and the music industry. For a brief moment, the interview took a softer, more vulnerable turn. Cassie. At any point, did you feel like it wasn't worth it anymore? D4VD paused, took off his glasses, looked directly into the camera. Every damn day, he spoke about the panic attacks, the online threats, the loss of friends who chose silence over support. He admitted he stopped writing music for weeks, that he unfollowed everyone, turned his phone off, and considered leaving the industry for good. I started to believe the lies about myself. I looked in the mirror and didn't even know who I was anymore. That line alone had the comment section in shambles. Fans wrote, "Protect this man at all costs. Cancel culture gotta come with receipts or STFU." This just turned into a documentary-level story. And it wasn't just fans. Celebrities started reaching out too. Ty Dolla $, Jasmine Sullivan, and even Frank Ocean reportedly sent support via DM. Word is, SCA reached out privately, telling him, "People try to kill what they can't control. You survived that. The rebuild. New rules only." From that moment, D4VD made it clear he's playing by his own rules now. He announced the creation of a new imprint label. No ghosts allowed. A direct shot at the people who tried to manipulate him from behind the scenes. First signee, a female artist from Houston who, in his words, reminded me why I started this in the first place. He's also dropping a 6-track EP, titled Cleared. The teaser for the lead single, Exit Wounds, broke 1 million views in 8 hours. In the song, he doesn't name names, but the lyrics? Brutal. Tried to write my eulogy. Now you ghosting every call from my lawyer team. Trigger's last move and last mistake. Trigger's last move and last mistake. Desperate for relevance, Trigger tried to release his own tell-all video, but it flopped hard. The editing was choppy, the audio was low, and the story kept changing. Within hours, receipts surfaced that he was charging interviewers to ask the right questions. It was a wrap. The streets, the fans, the blogs. Nobody was buying it. The internet decides. D4VD wins. The final verdict came not from the courts, but from the culture. Rolling Stone named D4VD's redemption one of the top 10 industry turnarounds of the decade. The Shade Room ran a poll. Who's the real villain? Over 93% voted for Trigger. A viral TikTok remix of D4VD's Exit Wounds now has 300k videos under the sound. And guess what? He's headlining his first international tour. From silence and scandal to sold-out shows and platinum plaques, the D4VD saga is far from over. But one thing's for sure, he didn't just survive, he evolved. Just 'cause I forgave you, don't mean I forgot. D4VD, live in London, you thought it was over? Nah, baby. This saga's just heating up again. Just when the dust was finally settling, And D4VD was back on top, headlining sold-out shows, being embraced by the same fans who once doubted him, and prepping for what looked like the most iconic comeback album of the decade. A new set of rumors started bubbling. And this time, it's way more personal. Raynell returns, and she's got backup. Yep, you read that right. After weeks of silence, Raynell, the very artist whose teary TikTok sparked the entire D4VD scandal, posted a now viral close-up, no makeup Instagram reel with a caption that read, "My story was never finished. Chapter 2 coming soon." The internet immediately exploded. Was she back to stir the pot? Was she about to double down? Or was she about to expose Trigger? For real this time? It wasn't just the caption that had people shook. In the video, you can barely hear a voice in the background whisper, "He played all of us." Even me. Wait, hold up. Who's he? Fans started speculating fast, dissecting the audio like they were in the damn CIA. Some claimed she was talking about Trigger. Others swore she meant D4VD, saying she had more tea to spill, and a bold few claimed there was another person behind everything, a silent investor who was bankrolling the setup for clout and control. Industry drama turned conspiracy saga. Oh, we're locked in now. Trigger's burner gets exposed. Again, and just as Ray's post was making headlines, a burner Twitter account called iRealTruthUnlocked began tweeting suspiciously detailed information about D4VD's legal moves, unreleased music and private convos from 2023. Nobody took it seriously, until a slip-up happened. In a since-deleted tweet, the burner account accidentally posted a screenshot with Trigger's iCloud name visible in the top left corner. Rookie mistake. Within minutes, fans were on it. This man Trigger really out here leaking shut from his couch pretending to be a stranger. The tweets got archived, reposted, and dissected on Reddit faster than Trigger could hit delete. Broke Trigger started trending. Memes flew in from all angles. One fan posted, "He went from managing D4VD to managing fake pages and missed opportunities." But that's when the tone shifted. Because all jokes aside, D4VD was watching and strategizing. D4VD's team responds with papers, not tweets, instead of clapping back online. D4VD's camp dropped a public cease and desist letter addressed directly to TM, aka Trigger Miles, warning him to cease all defamatory harassing and fraudulent impersonation activity across social media platforms. Attached to the letter, evidence packets, legal files, and confirmation of a pending criminal investigation into stolen funds from tour merchandise. Fans went feral. This just went from Love and Hip Hop to Law and Order, R&B unit. But then came the twist. Again, the anonymous email leak. He's not as innocent as you think. Just as the lawsuit news dropped, several media outlets, including Candidly Cassie's assistant producer, received an anonymous encrypted email containing a folder labeled D4VD Private for your eyes only. Inside, snippets of audio that appeared to show D4VD venting about a label dispute and saying things about Ray and Trigger that weren't exactly flattering. A few blurred images from what looked like a group chat called Studio Secrets, with shady jokes about someone being easy to set up, and a voice memo where someone sounding a lot like D4VD says, "Let them expose me. I'll bounce back. I always do." Cue the internet's collective gasp. Was this real? Was it fake? Was it deep fake? The division starts again. Just like that, the fandom split once more. Some said it didn't even sound like D4VD. Others claimed Trigger edited the clips, piecing together old convos to stir up drama. But a small, loud group started asking, did D4VD play chess? Or was he part of the game the whole time? Even bloggers were confused. Say Cheese TV posted, the D4VD scandal just flipped again. Who's the villain now? Candidly Cassie responds and drops another interview. Teaser Cassie, never one to miss a bag, posted a teaser for part 2 of her interview with D4VD, captioned, "You're ready for the questions he almost walked out on." In the teaser, Cassie looks dead at D4VD and asks, if you could go back, would you still play silent, or would you expose them before they got the first shot? D4VD stares at the floor. The screen cuts to black. End teaser. The public's conflicted. But one thing is clear. This ain't over despite all the drama. One fact remains. D4VD's streaming numbers are 700%. His merch is sold out. His EP Cleared is being called a modern-day confessional. Fans are begging for a documentary. And behind the scenes? Word on the street is that Netflix and Amazon have both offered seven-figure deals for exclusive rights to the full story. But D4VD ain't talking about that. Yet. He's too busy recording, too busy rebuilding, and maybe, just maybe, too busy planning one final truth drop that could shake the entire industry again.